Alright, so what is up guys? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to create a speech-to-text dialog box provided by Google. And let me show you immediately what that is. So when we click on this button, it gives you this dialog, and when I speak into it, ciao, come stai? It recognizes your voice and turns it to text. But it's a very simple app, and I actually liked it a lot. It was very fun to create, and yeah, let's get right into it. So let's start as usual by closing this phone screen and going straight to our activity XML. So we go to res, layout, activity main XML. We go to the split view so we can see what's happening there. And I'm gonna just paste in my previous layout. And essentially what I did here was create a relative layout, add a button with the ID of button_button. I sent it in the parent. The text I added was text to speech to text. I had a text color of white and a background tint of red. Then I added a text view right under it, which is called TV_text, with a layout margin of 20 dp centered in parent. And I wrote text will appear here, and I put the layout below the button with the text color of black, so it looks nice and bold. And yeah, it's a very straightforward XML layout. And then we need to go to our manifest file, because this is going to require two permissions. One's going to be the internet permission, and the other one's going to be the record audio permission. So these two here. So all you have to write is user's permission, Android name, Android permission, internet, and the same thing for record audio. And with that being said, we can go to our main activity and get started with the coding bit. So the first thing we want to create is a private val called RQ speech recognition, and we're going to give that 102 as the code. So this is going to just be the request code for later. And then in here we want to write button_button dot set on click listener, and inside here we're going to write ask speech input. All right, and immediately under we can start by creating that function. So private function ask speech input, and inside here we're going to write if speech recognizer is not recognition available with the context of this. We are going to write a toast with the context of this, and we're going to write speech recognition is not available. And essentially what this does is check if your phone is capable of actually using this speech recognition. And if it's not, it's just going to do nothing essentially. And if it does, let's just write else, and inside here we're going to create an intent, which is going to be value I, and we're going to write intent with recognizer intent, and it's going to be of an action recognize speech, and we need to import intent. And right after that we're going to write I.put extra, and it's going to take a recognizer intent with a extra language model, and then we're going to write recognizer intent again, and it's going to be language model freeform. And right under we're going to do I.put extra. It's going to take the recognizer intent dot extra language, and then it's going to take a locale. And in here you can actually write what kind of language you want to put in, but the best one I can recommend at the moment is get default, which should get your system language, and it should just allow the user to speak in their system language, which hopefully is their home language and makes things easy. And then we can write I.put extra, and it's going to take recognizer intent again, and it's going to be an extra prompt. And this is just what you want to tell the user when they get to that dialog box. So if you want them to say something or say something in particular, you can write it there. I would recommend to keep it short because it takes a lot of time to read when it's just a speech recognition. So let's just write say something with an exclamation mark. So it's very straightforward, they know what to do. Then we have to write start activity for result. It's going to take our intent as the intent, and a request code of RQ_speech recorder recognition. And finally, there's only one last thing to do, which is on activity result. So we're going to do on activity result, and right under super we can write if request code, if it's equal to RQ speech recognition, we can write and result code is equal to activity.result OK. Then we can grab that result and write a value result, which is going to be of data, nullable type. It's going to get the string array list extra, and it's going to take the recognizer tent and write extra results. So after writing that, we just go down and we write our TV text, which is our text view from our activity main XML, and we're going to write dot text, and it's going to equal the result at the index of 0, and it's going to change that to a string just in case anything turns funky. And with that being said, we can start this test app and we can activate the screen. So it's going to look exactly the same as the previous project, and when I click on speech to text, it will give you this very nice dialog box. It doesn't really recognize when I speak in English, and it will try to at least translate it. But if you actually speak in the language it recognizes, like, ciao, come stai? Oggi è una bella giornata. It should work perfectly fine. And that's all it takes to create a speech-to-text app. And you might have noticed that at the bottom there's always this dialog box that says, this toast message that says all the information you speak about will be sent to Google for further processing. I did some research. I don't think there's a way to get rid of it. They said it's a system message and you need to jailbreak the phone to get rid of that. But maybe if I do a bit more research, I might be able to find a way to get rid of that, because I think it's annoying that it shows it every single time that you click on it. But with that being said, thanks for watching this video, and yeah, I'll